Welcome back everyone, my name is Tokriva. This is some more Stellaris Ancient Relics, playing as the Holy Tribunal of Belm. This is our homeworld, Belm. And we are orbiting a Class B blue star. Pretty cool. There are Hope's Tendrils, which is a barren world, but that's all fine. But let's continue on. We've completed our surveys of Trab, which is also a 80% world that we will probably colonize.
Construction complete.
Very soon.
We are spreading our faith to a new world.
Our colony ship has gently touched down by the outskirts of a large oasis on Desert Flower. Situated at the foot of a large mountain, this ideal location provides shelter from the wind and has easy access to water. The ship has been permanently converted into the administrative headquarters of the new settlement, and its reactor core is in the process of being removed so that it may serve as the colony's temporary power source. Hundreds of small tents and prefab shelters have sprung up around the former starship's massive hull, as colonists begin to disembark in large numbers the first Belmacosa city on an alien world. We are star travelers now. Oh, this could be a very... Neutron stars are actually pretty good for defensive purposes. If I remember correctly, we can check once we get there though. Neutron stars remove shields, which means we don't need anything that does bonus damage to shields on the space station around there.
Construction complete. The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Out of these, I guess
System
planetary
survey
unification. I think we can go for...
Anomaly found.
Give it a sec. Check out. I want another sign ship because we have 1, 2, 3 directions to scout in. During its survey of Nashira 3, the ISIS-seeking Leaf discovered several exotic gases previously unknown to us. These gases have a variety of different uses, particularly in the operation of advanced energy-based weaponry and force fields. Some of the gases can also be used as starship fuel or even as recreational drugs. It's going to be useful in the future. Wait. Why didn't you? Oh, you found it on a planet that has a anomaly, so we don't see it yet. Oh, still. Wow, these are terrible. Yeah, that's worth it.
Construction complete.
Okay, who of you? 50, 37. So I want to swap you two out. Oh! What we had assumed was an abnormally small gas giant is in fact not. Beneath a deceptive corner of thick dust swirling in the upper atmosphere lies a regular planet. A barren planet, but a planet nonetheless. This has proven quite embarrassing to the astronomical community in Dalmacosia. And we actually did not get the exotic gases either. Because of reasons? I don't know. Ugh. So we discovered... Oh, because it's... Oh! Oh! I didn't realize there was a actual graphic associated with it. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, it's the worst thing when that happens to a human star and it happens to Saturn or Jupiter. That is embarrassment. Let's build a generator district because we are going to grow people at some point. But we need the energy credits for sure. Oh, I went down to slow speed. That's not the planning. Starbase upkeep is right now We're not even at our admin cap, so starbase upkeep should maybe get us from -0 to +0. Perfect.
Construction complete.
I will fill up Kenhijal because it's like right there, I suppose. Still, this is also a good system. Lots of minerals. Still a lot more to discover as well.
Construction complete.
Ah.
Anomaly found.
You are actually
Construction
done.
complete.
You can continue surveying. It moved the people from being clerks to technicians automatically. A large mineral-rich asteroid collided with Nashira 8A at some point during the previous 1,000 years, and what must have been a major impact event. An abundance of minerals can now be found on the moon in the vicinity of the impact crater. It's up to 11 minerals already.
System survey complete.
Alpine. An eye for talents. Experience gain and level cap. That's actually pretty cool. The composition of the asteroid differs significantly from its neighbors. Cocklights.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
There are coil guns. Let's
Our
get
ships
powered
have been
exoskeletons. Another Alpine world.
Construction complete.
The ISS Drifting Leaf crew report that what first appeared to our scanners as an asteroid is in fact a gigantic floating ball of junk, comprised of the broken remains of various vehicles, rockets, and hazardous materials, many of them radioactive. The junk ball seems to be the detritus of an unknown alien nation in the early space age. It would appear this nation was an interstellar litterer, ejecting dangerous industrial waste into orbit rather than disposing of it planet-side. Radiometric dating suggests these remains are millions of years old and have been floating through space from an unknown point of origin for most of that time. Science Officer Stock of White notes that some of the materials found in this floating junk heap are quite rare and could be refined into useful resources. Minor artifacts found.
System survey complete.
So now we could sell that for
Anomaly found.
cash. You can now first do the anomaly. Yeah, check it out. And let's finish up expansion. That gets us... allows an additional district. Unlocks an ascension perk. Which will have to be Imperial Prerogative, because that's basically the way to go. Not picking that is kind of silly. The mummified remains of a single individual belonging to a previously unknown mammalian species have been found drifting in a high orbit over Sizar 6. The being is dressed in what appears to be a flight suit complete with a helmet, and may be a fighter pilot that ejected in some ancient battle only to be forgotten and left behind. A study of the corpse has provided some interesting data. Now we have chosen
The
to...
faithful have claimed a new world.
Oh, it takes 90 days.
The spirits have granted us new
But it's
wisdom.
minus... Oh, right. It works like Siege is an EU4. You take the time to research it, There's a skill bonus for breakthrough chance. You have a dice roll from 1 to 14. You can add
System
clues.
survey
We
complete.
rolled a 2, which means we get 0 clues. Let's do energy output. Quite important early game to get energy output. Does slow down our discovery that way. It's a beautiful bubble. Wow, we rolled
Construction
1.
complete.
That's 5 mining stations. They'll be busy for a little bit. We did finish Desert Flower. I think we'll want to start with an agriculture district and a city district. Rolled a 5, still no bonus clues. Now we rolled a 7, so we got a 1, which makes it easier to get
System survey complete.
towards the finale of finishing the entire
Anomaly
thing.
found.
Deliberate crafted structures on the planet's surface pointing toward a little past long forgotten. It's 180 days, but might as well check it out. Right. How expensive? So, on your starting planet, you always get sprawling slums as one of your tile blockers. Once you clear it, you actually get a free pop. So that is always a good choice when you do find it. But we currently don't have the money for it. Rare crystals. During its survey of Gaia 3, the floating leaf discovered deposits of rare crystals. These crystals have properties that make them extremely effective at focusing laser beams, and are also a critical component in most advanced electronics. In addition, many cultures treasure them as decorations and adornments.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
There it is, genome mapping. Pop growth plus 10%. Planet habitability minus 10%. So if you go for a planet that has 20% habitability, you get a minus 40% on that. Stalk of White has gained expertise psionics. Okay. The planet Gindix 2 is a toxic wasteland, but our scans unveil that it's not always been so. A now extinct civilization seems to have destroyed its home planet via a heavy reliance on climate-altering fuels and toxins. On a remote hill close to a major city, we found a lone active facility, a robot assembly plant, desolated and surrounded by military vehicles so deteriorated they break upon touch. The facility is alien and mysterious, but could provide us with ample study material. Gives access to the Improved Energy Initiative edicts, which is pretty decent. Definitely. Declaring a saint, even more unity. Mapping the stars. It's only 80 because we are fanatic spiritualists, and apparently because we're charismatic. I think that's worth it. Map the stars, activated. Also, anomaly discovery chance goes up, which is pretty big. We'll send out another colony. Wilted Dreams. Sounds good to me.
Anomaly found.
Another one. Another one. Yeah, I want to get to Gindix. This is... A pulsar has shield nullification 100%. Gindix 4A is exceptionally rich in minerals. Minerals that are, unfortunately, of no use to us. However, Science Officer Stalkified believes the many elements in the crust of Gindix 4A can be transformed into potentially more useful forms through positron bombardment. The Drifting Leaf has requests that the Holy Tribunal set aside 100 credits for the purpose of this project.
Situation log updated.
Let's do it. Let's research the positron bombardment. Also, look at that. New worlds, psionics, and propulsion. Since we are spiritualist, harmony fits really well with that theme. Ethics, attraction, even more so than we already have. Then again, starting with discovery as a second, like discovery is good if you take it first, second, or last. That's the only times you want to pick it, really. More experience gain, level caps. Pops working with research have their upkeep reduced. Survey speed increase, anomaly speed increase. Let's go with discovery then. Something has happened on one of the archaeological sites. A group of large predators indigenous to Caesar 6A were recently discovered to have made a lair in the ruins being excavated. Many archaeologists were lost before fronds of maroon could lead the survivors to safety. This will cause delays. So I actually lost a clue. We had gained only 2 clues as well, which is painful. But the higher skilled your researcher is, the faster they'll do them. The crew of the Drifting Leaf are pleased to report that the experiment was a success, and a significant number of dense mineral veins on Gindix 4A have been transmuted into usable resources. We are so grabbing that complete as soon as possible. Okay, we finished our buildings. The Eurasian Concordat. Well, since we're already 40 minutes in, I'm not going to restart, but... 6 limbed mammalians. Some sort of plague. Also, minor artifacts found. Where were they again? Stuff. Okay, traditions and relics. Relics. Let's proclaim religious revelation. We could also sell to private collectors right now. I will do so because we could use the extra cash just to have it on hand, I know.
Construction complete.
There's another colony ship. Tropical world. Ugh. Ah, getting some better rolls finally. But now we only have a 30% chance to roll 5 or less as well. An odd factory to Desert Flower. A group of investigators have found a hidden factory on Desert Flower. Building in its state of decay tells of an old civilization, one that excelled at constructing things that stood the test of time. The population would easily be able to use the facility to add to the colony's production output. Always a fun event. Never anything bad happening with that one. That's way too long. That's not happening right now.
System survey complete.
Now we get to see this neutron star. Yeah, so the pulsar already drops shields.
Anomaly found.
Sublight speed reduction. Ah, well. And that's another pulsar, though. No reports of any problems have been issued from the odd factory. Seems like the colony will maintain the projected production estimates. Yeah, that thing can, like,
We are
steal
spreading
people.
our faith to a new world.
It's still growing. Welcome to the jungle, where we get fun and games. The dense tropical foliage of Kamiya 3 hides what science officer stock wide of the drifting leaf calls a proto-civilization. Oh yeah. Yeah, Guns N' Roses. Look up that song, it's pretty good. The beings that make up this proto-civilization are still too far behind the evolutionary curve to even be called primitive, but our social order seems to be underpinned by the beginnings of intelligible language and abstract thoughts. Science Officer Stock of White suggests that these particular creatures may be a suitable testbed for technologies intended to induce rapid evolution. So, that's presentience.
Construction complete.
I would believe that means... How is this doing? Ooh, we rolled a 13 at some point. Very good. A 14 would actually mean we will finish the chapter. It's a 12. But now we have 50% to beat it. It is guaranteed to finish at some point. Actually, it's now guaranteed to finish roughly soon, because any roll we have is going to be a roll that adds clues or finishes the chapter. Volatile motes. These preternatural particles contain a tremendous amount of energy which could be exploited in energy production as fuel or even for explosives.
System survey complete.
I think we can do another science ship.
System survey complete.
Still, the only habitable worlds have been near our own area, sadly.
Construction complete.
Some kind of burrowing, silicon-based lifeform inhabits a vast network of tunnels beneath the barren surface of Tribunal 2. As best as we can tell, the creatures feed off rocks, and there is evidence to suggest that they possess a rudimentary form of intelligence. Their tunneling efforts have shuffled large amounts of valuable minerals to the surface, though.
Construction complete.
Yeah, because 59 or 31, that makes that decision not hard at all. You can go there. You are done here. Let's get that one bit of alloys. 60% chance to roll a 14. That's it. That's the... oh, it doesn't pause on that. Once down on the surface of Sizar 6A, it was clear that the civilization had indeed flourished here until as recently as a few centuries ago. At some point, a sudden and total catastrophic event gripped the world. Apparently, some sort of internecine struggle between nation-states led to a terminal exchange of weapons of mass destruction. Oddly, although the surface is scoured clean and dead, the sky is alive with the shifting hues of a perpetual aurora borealis. Aurora borealis at this time of year? It is a striking vista. The desolate steel and stone carcasses of entire cities, painted by the vibrant, scintillating colors dancing in the sky. Keep digging. Chapter 2 is available. Well, we got another artifact, so we could potentially get more money. Haha. Anyway, we're going to work on Chapter 2. I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date in the future. And I'll see you all later.